I haven't done a video in a while, and I apologize for that. There's been a lot of things going on. I got a job, so I've been working a lot there, and I just haven't had any time to either do a video or anything like that. Plus, I'm studying for a certification right now, so it's been tough. But I wanted to get more into the videos and because that's something I really do enjoy. Even though I don't really have time to play the games, I still love searching for them and collecting them. So we'll start out with just some basic thrift store finds that I found. There really is no rhyme or reason to this. It is just whatever I accumulated, stuff that comes to mind. I may get up, wander off, and then come back and be like, here's this and that and stuff. So first up is Eye of Judgment. I was able to pick this up for about $1.40, I think. Has all the cards in there. Everything's in good shape. This is probably one of the toughest things to find out of the whole series is the cards itself. I don't know if it comes with a map. I've never played the game. I was interested in playing it. Never did, though. But it is like... I would compare it to the pre-Skylanders thing, but with cards. I mean, this is the first idea when this came out, and this was not a launch title, but very close to it. Maybe like January of 2007, March 2007. I mean, I could be off a couple of months and stuff, but that's kind of the idea with that. So yeah, I got that for like $1.40. I thought that was really cool. Next up, I will do this one because I just picked this up recently. I purchased this online. More than I wanted to spend on a game, but with the way the price of this thing is going up, it's probably better that I picked it up now than later. Especially with having some funds now, so I can actually do that. And well, just go from there. I picked up a sealed copy of Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, this one is, like I said, becoming increasingly hard to come by. The prices of this have more than doubled now for a used copy. And so, if you have a chance, this is getting very, very good reviews. If you have a chance, just pick it up. Worst case, if you don't like it for whatever reason, you can just turn around and resell it and really not think too much of it. But at least you'll have the chance to try it out. I still have to pick up a used copy of that to play that. So yeah, I thought that was really cool for the price I got it for. And the person was really nice enough to knock off some money, especially because if I'm buying it for collecting purposes, there was an issue with it, and they were more than willing to accommodate me for the mess up. So that was really cool of them. Next up, now, recently we haven't had too much time. The weather around here is pretty bad. I live in PA. If you already know that probably by now if you've watched some of these videos. And this was like the first weekend that just passed that I was actually able to go out and do anything. So we went to a flea market. We got up somewhat early, and it really does pay off in some cases because I have a feeling that a lot of these would not be sitting there at that time. Not all of them. I mean, they're not the greatest finds. It's not like something where you're like, oh my god, I found this, and it's super rare, and the only reason I was able to get to it was because I went so early in the morning. It's not something like that, but a lot of people will pick up random stuff, and it's just usually everything's picked over at that point by the time you go like 2 hours later. So this one comes from a guy who has a lot of stuff around. To give you an idea, I don't know if people have been to a flea market, the ones that are watching this. It seems like there's almost different types of flea markets. There's flea markets that I've been to, and they're usually nice, somewhat kept up and everything. I mean, like with the stuff that people have. Like you'll get occasionally the one or two things like one or two sellers and everything that'll have stuff, and it's like nasty looking, and it's just like, why in the world did you even bring this here? But this place just seems to be the dumping ground of all stuff that is sellable. People, I feel like we're almost like you're going to a scrapyard and just picking up the stuff. Like they just drive up with their vehicle, pull the lever, and the shit just comes falling down onto the thing, and then they're just like, "Good luck, fucker." So, yeah, some of this stuff you have to dig through, and to give you an idea how bad it is, they don't even pull everything out. There's shit in the back of the vehicle, like it's an open U-Haul van, and you just look, and there's stuff hanging from it, and it's like these two old guys, and they're like, I ain't fucking dealing with that. We're just going to take some stuff from the front of the thing and just knock it off onto the ground, and you sort through it, and if we sell that, then you might be able to get further into the back of the vehicle later on, 3 months from now. So, like, and these aren't the worst people out of all of them. That's the thing. That's the thing that's really scary. There's one guy who has the absolute worst. And I very rarely pick anything up from him because of how bad it is. I did pick up 2 systems, and you'll see the one system and everything's okay, but the other one that I didn't pick up was so bad it was beyond repair, I think. And that was a Super Nintendo, and I didn't pick that up. So, but anyway, over to the first mess of stuff to sell. They had some games there and everything, and I initially just went around and I saw one game, and I got this, I think, for $3 or $2. It's the first Dragon Warrior of the Nintendo series. I don't know if I have this or not. I'm still trying to go through my iPod and see what I have and what I don't have. And I apologize if I repeated that just now because I was recording it on a camera, and the battery packs are so messed up, so it shuts off, and I don't even know where I started and where I left off, so whatever. So yeah, picked this up for about $2, $2 or $3. Next up, I'm just migrating around. We went down a little bit more, and this woman had games in a plastic see-through trash bag, clear one, and she was looking for like $50 for the whole set, and she was asking me, is that fair? She was a nice lady. It was just that I told her, I was like, well, it depends on like what people are looking for. I'm like, that's not fair to me, because not that it's not a fair price, it's just that I'm only looking for a couple of titles and everything. I already have a 64, and I have the games that you have, or there's just some of them that I'm not really that interested in. So, I mean, it's fair, but I'm not willing to spend that much for that. So I was like, but would you be willing to sell like an individual game? She said yes. So I was like, okay. I wound up getting this for, I think, $3. But I'm a big fan of the cars, and like the play sets and everything for that. I played a couple of the games, and they're actually pretty decent. I don't know about this one, but it's Micro Machines 64 Turbo. I thought that was really cool for about $2-3. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that. And to give you an idea, this is very rarely that you come across stuff like this. Not games in general, but the way people are nowadays, you start getting an idea of like certain sections and where people are, that like this is the place where it's going to be X amount of dollars, and this is the place where it's going to be this amount of dollars, and it's not even worth it. This was such a refreshing experience this time to be able to come across and see some stuff there. I was pretty stoked about that. So next up, now I don't really care for this series too much, but that doesn't mean that I'm not keeping an eye out for it, because I'm definitely willing to give it a try again. And it might start out with this one actually here, and I think I have the first one through 3, not the HD collection, but just on the PS2. But I saw this for the demo. Wasn't going to spend too much because I'm pretty sure it's not that rare, but I still wanted it to have it for the collection because it's like the starting point of the series when it originally started and how big it is now. It's Devil May Cry, the demo CD. Bear with me here. I'm using my laptop, so it's kind of odd watching myself do this and where it's going. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, especially for they wanted like 50 cents for it, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. Next up, I came across this. Now, I don't think I've ever seen anything out in the open accessory-wise for this. Then again, I don't think I've ever seen anything for this out in the open. Oh no! I did see like a charger or something or a case, like a set case and everything. But it was some off-brand generic stuff and everything. It wasn't really the official thing. And I believe this is by like NIS, who made some cases for like Vita and everything. But it's pretty small. It says switch and carry there. It is the. See if you can see that there. This is horrible. Game Boy Micro case. So I thought that was really cool. But before I saw that, I saw this, and she wanted $1 for each one, and I was like, yes, absolutely. She had some faceplates on there, but I already spent $2 for the total, and I already figured, I was like, alright, well I already have the Game Boy Micro, and I already have 2 sleeves for it. I don't really need the faceplates. I've seen those on eBay, and it's not anything that said Nintendo or said Game Boy Micro, so I think that would have been the deciding factor. Like, if it said Game Boy Micro or something like where it was first being launched, like it was a special type of faceplate, yeah, I would have bought that in a heartbeat. But with that, I was like, nah, I'm okay. I'll just have these two, and I'll be happy. So, next up, now, like I said, there's pretty much a wide variety of different sellers. You have the standard, the sellers that'll be out there selling diabetic socks and the standard flea market stuff like that. And then you have people who are just pretty much, I don't know if they buy the stuff and like for pennies on the dollar, and then they're like, I'll just bring it here and get rid of as much as possible for just like mark down these prices just to get it out of here, just to make a quick buck. But this thing's pretty beat up, I have to admit. But if it works, a lot of people will be able to look past the marking on this. Plus, it's only the plastic, and the plastic might be replaceable, but for the price that I got this for, I couldn't complain. I got a Game Boy Advance system, and it's hard to see. You can see there's like a mark right there. It's like a scratch line. It's pretty significant, but I got it for $1. So doesn't have the back cover. Doesn't really matter at this point. For $1, nobody's passing that up. I don't care who you are, if you know anything about video games at least. Now in the beginning, this woman. Let me bring out the other 2 items I picked up. She was like, oh, I can't do this price for this. But she was like, oh, I have a lot. And this is the first thing I saw as soon as I got there. And I was like, really? I was like, she wanted, what was it, $5 per game. And I was like, don't know if I want to spend that much on it. But then I was like, I saw that she had the system, and I was like, well, how much do you want for the system? At this point, I figured she would be like, oh, $25, $35. $5. So the games were $5, and the system was $5. And she wound up doing, she's like, well, I'm just trying to get rid of it now. I could sell them online or eBay or whatever, but I'll just get rid of them. And it was like $3 a piece. So I ended up spending $11. But I figured at this point, this is the first thing I saw, so I kind of got excited. I was like, I can't pass this up. This is like, you never find this anymore. So first off, I picked up Super Mario Brothers 3 for the Nintendo, which, one of my favorite games, but I have a whole bunch of copies of that, so it's not something I'm going to be keeping. This one I did not have. I've seen people who've had this before. In comparing it to the prices that it goes for online, I probably could have been better off uh, just buying it online. But then you factor in the shipping and everything, and it's like, it was still a decent deal. It was okay. I mean, it's probably what you would have spent. But I saw the name of Hudson Soft on it as well. Plus, I mean, I obviously saw the name of people who've collected this game, and I at least wanted to try it. And I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's Milon or Milan. Well, I'll say Milon. Milon Secret Castle for the Nintendo. So I got that for $3. Came in a Nintendo sleeve, so that was cool. And then she had the Nintendo, obviously if I said the system, she had the Nintendo system for $5. So I have a Nintendo system. This is in pretty good shape. I honestly have never met a Nintendo system that has not worked. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. I mean, for that price. As I was going around, I looked around some more, and I found this. I think it was either $1 or $2. I don't remember. One of the two. But I picked up Bad Dudes for the Nintendo as well. Like I said, I usually try testing them out on my PSP, seeing if I like them or not, because I don't get a chance to really hook up the systems to my TV too much. So this is kind of like easy on the go when I get a minute. Just play through a couple of levels, see if I like it or not, see if it's worth keeping or not. Because unfortunately, space is very limited. So let's go through this. This I picked up. I picked this up for, I believe, $3. Yeah, I believe it was $3. So I figured that wasn't too bad, and I didn't have it for the Xbox. I don't know if I'm going to start doing that or not. But usually this is a pretty tough game. Not tough game to come by, but it's moderately priced. It's not like it's like $2 or anything like that. It's usually like people will be selling it online for like 10. So you get a chance to get this for much less than you would buy it for online. You go for it. It's Jaws Unleashed for the Xbox. Surprisingly, this is very good. I really enjoy this game. I played it on the PS2, so much so that I kept a copy of it. And you play it as Jaws, and you go through and just wreak havoc, just like in the movie. Very exciting. They have different things you can do, like knocking people off their boats, attacking animals, attacking boats, attacking a town. I really enjoy it. I love that game. So very surprised how good that is, considering usually stuff like that's kind of crappy. So this one was really cool. I have not even had a chance to look at it. And you know what? He still has. Wow, that's really cool. He hasn't even opened it, and I will not open it. This guy was there, and he was selling off some strategy guides. I saw this. I didn't have it. I'm a big fan of the series, and I thought, I mean, it's not in the greatest shape, but still, compared to what people will probably want for it, I thought this was really cool. I wound up spending like $5 on it for a strategy guide. That's a little expensive, but depending on the strategy guide, it's okay. And this one I thought was a steal personally. Either way, I'd spend $5 on it no matter what. But it's Gears of War 3 limited edition hardback cover. And it's got, and I just had a chance to look at it because it looked okay and everything. I didn't think there was any ripped pages. It has the sampler soundtrack on there, and it hasn't even been opened yet. So I'm not opening that. If I want to listen to it, I know places and everything where I can get that music. Maybe I'll go on iTunes or something. I don't know. But yeah, everything looks good in there. I still have not played Gears of War 3. I own it. Unfortunately, my system is modded, so there's a problem with playing newer games on there. You update the dashboard, and it creates a lot of issues with that. So I haven't really gone into that too much. Now, trying to see what else to show you. This is really on a whim. I really didn't prepare for this at all, and I apologize. It's just what I picked up. So I'll be back in 1 second. There's a couple of things I can show you as well. Now, I've been excited about some of these that I have picked up. I don't know if I've shown this before, so once again, I apologize, but I thought this was pretty cool. There's been some finds I found over the time. Now, not really finds, I should say. These are not like thrift store finds where I go in and I find them out of nowhere and I'm like, oh, it's only $1, and I'm like, woohoo! Some of these, not expensive, but I've been into more collecting sealed games recently, so I'm going through this trying to not collect everything, but something really appeals to me. Now, while I didn't really care for the game itself too much, I think it was more of a disappointment of how much it led up to it. With the trailers, the anticipation of what it could have been, and to me it was just a letdown. But I got this on Black Friday. I think it was like $8, maybe 10 at the most. But it was, I think it was from Best Buy. It was Game of the Year edition of Dead Island. I still have my copy that's open, and I play that. But I figured for that, and I'm just keeping it sealed the whole time. I'm like, that's not a bad deal. So this one is not sealed, but this one is such a pain in the ass to get a hold of. I have no clue why. I haven't had a chance to play it. I played the demo, and while I wasn't too impressed by the demo, I felt like it was something I should grab now before it becomes very, very hard to come by and very expensive to the point I don't want to spend any more money on it. So I got this at GameStop, but came with everything. I got it at a cheaper price than you would get it for online, so it worked out in that way. But I got Blade Storm for the PS3. Apologize, this is really hard to do. Really, this is an interesting game. It's by Koei. Picture, if you're wondering what kind of game it is, picture Tekken with Dynasty Warriors. That's the best way to explain it, honestly. So next up, this one I actually found on Craigslist, and this was a luck of the draw. I mean, that I came across it. The guy recently, I believe, just posted it, and I had every other game that I was interested in out of the copies that he had. Most of them weren't sealed. This one was. I got it for like $10, I think, or no, 15. 15 I got him down to, because he was initially saying 20. But I had to drive there. But I mean, that wasn't too big of a deal. But I took a look at it when I got it, and everything looks perfect on it. And it's Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom for the PS3. Sealed copy of that. Now, I don't know if I'm sending these in to get graded or not right now. I might have to clean them up a little bit before I do so. I'm pretty sure the Xenoblade one, though, I am doing. I have to speak with them to see what they say about that, though, because the pricing, it can get a little expensive and everything, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with these just as of yet. This one was, I think, a good deal. I really enjoy the game. It's very hard to come by. Not many people know of it. It's by Natsumi, who makes the Harvest Moon series and stuff. When the PS3 first came out, this was another one of those kind of think of Eye of Judgment time frame when they released it. Well, I'll just show it to you because me explaining it, I'll explain it as I show it to you, but it just doesn't help too much. But anyway, it's Africa for the PS3, and the whole purpose of this game is you pretty much go around and take pictures of different types of wildlife. So looking at this, man, this is difficult. Yeah, looking at that, you can kind of get an idea, but really, you upgrade. And it's not like something standard. If you think of Dead Rising did the more fighting aspect and everything. He was a photographer as a profession, so they incorporated the picture taking in there as well, but it wasn't that in depth. With this, though, you get different cameras, different lenses that you can upgrade. It says on here, earn money to purchase licensed Sony equipment. Surprise, surprise. But you take different animals and everything, and you're also working for a company and everything that you send them photos to. Now, I'm not sure if it's National Geographic. It says it on the back of that. It wouldn't surprise me if it is. And then they have a grading system for the photos that you take. So depending on the angles that you get them at. But it's really interesting. I really enjoyed this game. And I have a copy of it that's already open. But I was like, if I ever have a chance to find it for sealed, for a good deal and everything, I think I would. And it's weird because the used copies of this are going for $30-something. So it's like, that's roughly the price I paid for this new copy. So I really couldn't argue with that. I was very happy with that. Let me see. There might be some more stuff. I'm not sure. Plus, I have to kind of cut this video short because I'm heading to work to help pay for this. All this mess that you see before you. Stuff everywhere. Okay, next up, because I do find some things. Now, I'm not sure if this is the PC version or the console version, but I'll bring these over as well. And we'll start out with the most basic thing here. So, well, not basic, but I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. So I saw this, and I thought, this is kind of cool. Why not pick this up? Because I didn't know if it was the PC or not, because it says 3DO, but if you look at games like Army Men, that was developed by 3DO, but it might have been for the 3DO as well, but it was also for other systems like PS1, PlayStation, PC, and so forth. So, but looking at it, I can't find anything on it, and it's a possibility it could be for the 3DO. And it's Heroes 3 of Might and Magic. Don't know. I'm thinking it's the PC. It's got like a model number on there that says like PCD 5023001. That's the only thing that says PC on it. The more I look at it, though, the more I think it is the PC. Because if it's a PC game, it would be coming in a bigger box, probably. And it wouldn't have a UPC on the back. I would think the 3DO games would. I don't know how they came packaged, though, in the beginning, so I don't know offhand. Next up is a computer game. And I thought this was kind of cool. And for the price, which is unlike them, I decided to pick it up. And it's for the Mac. It is Command & Conquer 3, Tiberium Wars. For $1, which is what it was, I think that's a steal. I really do. So I obviously figured out, I picked that up. Let's see. Next up, now, to give you an idea, I picked up a lot of stuff. And apparently the weekend was console weekend, because that's what I picked up. I picked up the Nintendo that you saw from earlier in the video. I also picked up another Nintendo. And then I picked up another Nintendo. And then I picked up a Super Nintendo. And this is what I'm talking about. These things are so fucking ridiculous. I think I can clean this up, but this is really bad. I got it for like $10, but if it works, I'm happy. But this was, once again, the lot where the stuff was. But a lot of people are just like, I just want it to work. I don't care what it looks like. And, man, this thing's disgusting looking. And the really sad thing is, I looked at it and I thought this was like tar or it got burned or something. This is going to really scare you. These were stickers of football helmets. And that got removed. So now that I see this and the outlines of them, you'll see how bad this is. Dear God. I'm afraid to even, like, touch this thing. This thing is scary looking. Like, how? How does this happen? I mean, I was a kid. My stuff got messed up. Not like this. Not like this. This is out of control. But anyway, I'll test it out. It'll probably work. Except the see, here's the point. Make sure you look at the stuff. Like, really look at it, because here's the problem. I didn't look at it too well. The AC adapter port on the back of it's fucking broken. So, yeah, that's kind of pointless then. So, whatever. You win, you lose. It's one of those things. I don't know if I'll stop buying consoles, but I think I'll have to go over them with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, I still got it at a decent price, and I don't know, maybe somebody will want it for parts. So I picked up that and some used systems, Dreamcast and stuff, like I said. Some really good finds. But I thought this would be a video I would at least like to do for you right now. Keep you guys updated and go from there. Now I got to go to work, and yeah, hopefully I'll be doing more videos shortly and not losing my mind. Thanks. Bye.